In today's class, we are going to learn another important concept called as methods. What is this concept of methods? Let me look into it. Now, talking about the methods. What are these methods? We have already understood what is a method. In the initial days of your Java class itself, I told you we will be using something called as methods. So methods are nothing but methods in Java are associated with objects to define the behavior of the object. The same methods are categorized into four important categories. There are four types of methods. In Java. The four types of methods in Java are: first one, method with no input and no output. What is this no input, no output? When I take up the program, you will understand. The second one is method with input and no output. Third one, method with no input and output. The last type of method is method with input and output. Four categories of your methods. Which are they? Method with input, no input and no output, method with input and no output, and method with no input and output, and method with input and output. Four types of methods. So what are these input, no input, output, no output? What are these? I will be helping you out with an example. Please copy this, whatever is there on your screen as it is, then we can proceed ahead with the things. Now, let us understand the first type of method. What is the first type of method? The first type of method is method with no input and no output. This is the name of the method. What is that I'm going to do here? It's quite very simple. Notice, I'll write one class. I'll tell it as class calculator. Inside this class calculator, what is that I'm going to do is I'm going to have one function called as add is the name of the function. Inside this, I will tell integer type A is equal to 10, integer type B is equal to 20, and I will tell system.out.println A plus B. Beginning of the function, closure of the function, I will tell this as void. Beginning of the class calculator, closure of the class calculator. for this class, in order to execute, I will be writing my main class here. Notice, I'm going to write the main class. I will tell class main. Inside this, I will tell public static void main. I will tell string of arguments. Inside this, I will be telling calculator type C is equal to new calculator. After which I will use the handle C and I will tell C dot add is the function I will be calling. Beginning of the function, beginning of this function, closure of this function, beginning of the class, closure of the class. If you heard me correct, I told beginning of the function, closure of the function. Why? Main method is never associated with an object. Are you creating an object for this main class? No, you are never creating. Why? Because this main is a function for which you don't need to create an object to call. Because it is directly accessed by whom? By your operating system. Now, how is this an example for method with no input and no output, sir? If you remember the syntax of a method that I had given you, what is the syntax of a method? Syntax of method is something like this. It will tell output name, input, and inside this it is the body. If you remember this. Now, which is the method that you are talking about? How many methods are there in this program? Only one method is there. Look at that method carefully and tell me. Where is input? Input is here. Do you have any input here? No. So here I am telling no input. And what is the output? This is the output. Look at this. Void means what in English? Nothing. Nothing means no output. No output. When we execute this program, what will happen, sir? Operating system will give the control to whom? Will give the control to main. What will happen? Inside the main, you are creating one object of your calculator class. Once you create the object, then what will happen? Automatically, I will be erasing this part of the thing, which we will look into it later. I need to write the memory map over there. So, as normal, I will be having the memory segment here, my stack segment, and my heap segment. This is my heap, and this happens to be my stack. Onto my heap segment, what is happening? Look at this, we are creating one object. Object means what? Automatically one function will come here. One object will get created here. Well, before that, the most important thing, as soon as the control comes to a function, what will happen? Activation record will get created. Whether it is function or method, the activation record will be created for them. I have already told about activation record. Now, inside this, I am going to have one function. I am not going to have any variables here, so no problem. So, I am associating calculator type C. C is the variable that is going to point to this address 4000. He is the one pointing to that particular address. I hope I am clear till there. Next, I am coming over here. I am taking the privilege of accessing this particular class. Control from here. I'll tell the number 1. This is 2. This is the third. Control from here is coming where? It is actually coming to this particular method. This is my step number 4. Once it comes here, it will enter inside. Once it is entering, what will happen? Again, one more activation record will get created. One more activation record will be created. This time it is for add function. Add function. Inside the activation record, you are creating two variables. They are instance variables, so I am giving the memory here itself. A is 10, B is 20. I have given the memory there itself. Okay, sir. The execution will come till here. It will come here. What you are telling? Print the output. In the output screen, print the value of A plus B. I am telling it as 30. I am telling it as 30. Once I print it, what will happen? I am leaving this particular function and I am coming back to this particular line. This is step number 5, this is 6, this is 7, and this happens to be 8. Once I come back to this function, what will happen? Activation records memory would get deleted. In other words, these variables will also get deleted. Because that function, that method itself is not there, then how can those variables exist? Now, control is written back in my 8th step. Is there anything beyond this to execute? No. What will happen? Control is written back to your operating system in step number 9. I hope I am completely clear with this particular thing. So now, what did we understand through this? Anyways, it's a very, very simple program. But the concept here should be very clear to you. The concept here is we are studying about method with no input and no output. Is there an input to this method? No. Is there an output to this method? No, because it is printing the result inside this method itself. It is not giving back to this particular class. I hope I am completely clear in this. Okay, now you have to understand two important things here. One is calling method. Other one is called method. So what is this calling method? Calling method is the one who is generating the call. For example, let me take me and Sachin Tendulkar. Okay. Now I am calling Sachin Tendulkar. Hello Sachin sir, I am telling. It means that I am the calling method. I am generating a call to whom? To Sachin. Now then what will Sachin become? Sachin will become the called method. Because whom did I call? I called Sachin. So Sachin became what? The called method. I will explain it again. I am calling Sachin. Since I am calling Sachin, I am the calling method. Who was called? Sachin was called. So Sachin happens to be which method? Called method. Similarly, here if we notice, the main method, main function is generating the call. In other words, you can even tell it as calling method or calling function. Called method or called function. It holds good for both of them. So here, the main method is the calling function which is calling whom? The called function, that is add. So add is the called function and main happen to be the calling function. Add is the called method and main happens to be the calling function. Be very, very clear on this. Main, whenever it comes, it is function. Any other things, if it comes with respect to method, it is method. Only main is the function in your Java. Rest everything are methods. I hope I am completely clear on those things. So this is the example for method with no input and no output. Program, I need not write it because this program, I guess you can write it and execute it. 100% you'll be getting the output. So quickly copy whatever is there on your screen as it is. Be quick. Okay, I presume that you copied the previous program clearly. Now, let us go ahead with the second type of method. What is the second type of method that we have in Java? If you know, the second type of method here is method with no input and output. I'm going to have an output in this method. Okay sir, how does it look like? So, if you see here, this will not have anything, so it is no input. I'm not giving any input. And this is not going to print the result inside it itself, rather it is going to tell something like this. It will tell it as return A plus B. When I tell return A plus B, return means give back something. When I'm giving back something, what is that you're giving back? A plus B. The resultant is what? Integer. So it should not be void here, rather it should be int. So what is here? Here you are having an output. You have an output. In this, no input, because input is not coming to your method. But here you are giving an output. How will the execution happen, sir? If you ask me, well, before the execution happens, the code will have some changes. I will tell c.add, which I will be storing it inside one variable, integer type res. Later, I will be telling system.out.println. I will tell res. This is the closure of the main function. Now, let us quickly understand the execution. As normal, operating system is going to give the control to your main function. This is my step number 1. Then, once the control comes to your main function, what will happen? The activation record of your main function gets created as normal. So what is this at the location? I'm sorry, this is not the location. This is your main. In the previous program, I told deallocate memory for main function. I hope everybody noticed it. I want you to deallocate the memory there. Great. Now, once the control came here, I will enter to the first line of code. What is it? I'm creating an object. I will come here. I will create the object at the location 4000. And who is associated with it? One variable C is associated. I will take C to the location 4000. He is pointing. After that, I am going to come to the next line of code where I am telling C to call this add function. From here, the control is coming to your add function. The step number 4. Once the control comes on to add function, what will happen? Immediately, activation record for your add function gets created. Immediately for your add function. Inside add, how many variables? 2 variables. 2 variables will get the memory here. A and B. A is having 10, B is having 20. I hope I am completely clear with this. Next, I will enter inside. It is step number 5. I will assign the value. That is already done. This is also already done. Now I am finding out the result. Once the result is found, I am going to return this data. Whatever is here, I am going to return it. So, once I move out of this function, what will happen? The activation record will get deallocated. I have already told you this. So now, I will be coming back to the same line. This is my step number 8. Once I come back to the same line, don't you think this step number 8 is carrying the result of A plus B? Is it not carrying the result of A plus B? 100% yes. So the result of A plus B is coming here. Whatever the result was there, it is getting stored onto RES in step number 9. In step number 9, RES is going to get one memory, whereas RES inside your main. He is going to get the result as 30, which is A plus B. After which, you're coming to your next line. This is step number 10. You're going to print the result. The output happens to be what? 30 itself. After which, you're going to return back the control to your operating system in step number 11. So once the control is returned back to operating system, main function is going to get its memory deallocated, and this handle which was pointing to your object is no longer pointing, and this is going to become your garbage. I hope the point for this code is completely clear. What is it? Quite very simple. This method is not having any input, but it is giving an output. And that output I am collecting here and I am printing it. I hope I am completely clear on this particular point. Code, I guess you can write it and you can check the output as well. I am not going to show the output for this because I want you guys to type and see how the output is going to come. Ultimately, the resultant is going to be 30 itself, guys. It is 30 itself. But the way of execution, the way in which I can print 30 is quite very different. First one was different, second one is different, third one is going to be really different, fourth one different than that as well. I hope I am completely clear with this. Please copy this second type of method with no input and output. Copy. This normally people will think no input and output means no input also, no output also. So no input, you can tell it as instead of and, you can tell it as with output. You can tell this, some of them might have this confusion. Please copy. I presume you have got the clarity about the next type of method as well. Now, third type of method. What is the third type of method? In this, I'm going to tell it as method type number 3. What is it? Method with input and no output. Method with input and no output, it says. How is it going to work? Now let us quickly look into the changes that we have to do in the program. I'm not going to have this as of now here. As of now, I don't want this. I'm making reusability of things. In place of add, I'm going to tell add function accepting integer type A, integer type B. And I'm not going to have this line as well. Neither this line. So then what is that you're going to do inside this? I will tell integer type C is equal to A plus B. I will tell system.out.println C. I will tell. You can directly print also A plus B, it will work. But still I am going to do it in this way. So if you see this method clearly, in the place of input, do you have an input? Yes, input is there. In place of output, are you giving any output? No boss, I am not giving any output. So this is going to be what? It is going to be void. Because if anything is coming out of this method, then it is an output. But here, it is not coming out anywhere. So it is no output. So what will be the changes here? The changes here would be just simple. I will be telling C dot add and I will be passing the data here 10, 20. This will be the code. Now let us see how will the execution happen as normal. Operating system gives a control to your main function. What will happen? As normal, the activation record will get created. Here I will be having my main method, main function in fact. After which I will enter inside. First thing that I am doing here is I will be creating the object. So the object creation happens here. This is the object of my calculator at the address 4000 itself. Next, it is going to be associated with a variable. I will tell it as C is the variable handle that is going to be pointing to my object. Then I am coming to my next line of code here. I will be coming to my next line of code. This is my step number 3. So where is it taking the control to? It is taking the control onto your add function. In fact, it is coming with some data. It is coming with 20, 10, 20. It is coming with 10, 20 and this is step number 4. So now tell me, once the control is coming here, what will happen? Activation record for your add function will get created. Activation record for your add. After that is created, what is the next thing that we should be doing? The next thing that we should be doing here is we will have to look into the function. So A is containing what? A now contains the data 10. B contains 20. Now I will enter inside the function. Well, before I enter, I will make the changes here. A is containing the 10. B is containing the 20. Now I will enter inside here. I am telling A plus B. This is step number 5. A plus B is what? 30. Where I am storing inside C. One variable C will get created. Inside that 30 will be there. I will come to my next step. Step number 6. What is that I am doing here? I am printing the output. I will tell output equals 30. Once the execution is done, am I returning something? No, because the return type is void here. I will leave this function. I will leave this method. I'm really sorry, it is method. Once I'm leaving the method, what will happen? The activation record memory will get deallocated. Since that is deallocated, none of these exist. None of these will further exist. Now, I am returning back to this line as step number 7. After which the control is written back to operating system. This is step number 8. So once the control is returned back, what will happen? Main method's activation record is deallocated and the object will be considered as garbage as the handle is no longer pointing to it. I hope you have got the clarity about the third type of method, that is method with input and no output. Have I given any output? No. By now you would have got the clarity as how do we write the code for method with input and output. That also I will be showing it to you, but well before that, please copy this also as a program. For me, the work is really simple. I'm editing it in the same code, but for you it is not the case. I want you to write as a 4 different programs in your notes so that you will be able to remember it after a few days of time, after a few years of time as well. Okay, please copy it as it is. I hope you have understood all the 3 types of methods. Now, the last but not the least, the 4th type of method. What is the 4th type of method? Method with input and output. So 4th type of method is a method with input. So now how do we write this code? You already know it. How do we write it? Remove this void, add it as in. Remove this system.out.println, tell it as return C, and to this associated with one variable result, and later on this is the code for it. Now what will be the program flow for this? I want you to write that program flow. Take your time and please write the program flow for it. You will be able to see the program flow completely after this, after a few seconds of time. I hope you have understood all the 4 types of methods. If you see here, it is having an input. It is having an input. What about the output? Yes, it has the output also. Output also is there, input also is there. So this is your type 4 method, which is having input also, which is having output also. I hope you got the clarity about these 4 types of methods. Please try writing the memory diagram for this as well as the traversing of this, which you will be able to see after a few seconds.